most people's wealth is inside of these accounts. I mean, if you take a look, there was a study or a survey that was done through the Investment Company Institute. There is over 13.6 trillion, with a T, trillion dollars that is inside of these assets. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, as of year-end 2023, I mean, you're looking at a little over a third of all kind of retirement assets bundled within these types of accounts. So it's, hopefully we're looking to make some smart decisions with those.
Well, I mean, we always talk about it. It's one of the largest assets people have outside of their home. And so, when you're working, you're contributing to these plans. I mean, we've done a tax episode when it comes down to, Roth versus traditional, but I want to talk about common mistakes, things that we tend to see, especially as people come through our doors.
Right, and the Investment Company Institute also shows the amount of individuals owning IRAs, compared to the employer-sponsored plan. So as you're working, you're probably contributing to that 401k, 403b, TSP, whatever that is.
Right.
And as you get older, you tend to see more incidents of IRA ownership.
Right.
And so as we're looking to use those for retirement, we want to be smart with it.
Right.
And make some good decisions.
Absolutely. So we got a lot of good things we want to talk about. So during this first part, what I want to do, let's dial into the traditional IRA, and then after that we'll move into the Roth and then the 401k. So let's get started. The first one is waiting until the 11th hour. Let's talk a little bit about that.
So most people funding your employer-sponsored plan, you're doing payroll contributions. It comes out throughout the year.
Right.
With IRAs, you have up until your tax filing deadline to make a contribution for the prior year. But that's not always the best option because you're looking at the S&P, around 70% of the time, going back through history, the S&P is positive. You go back to 1980, the S&P has hit its high in December, just over 50% of the time. And so if you wait until the following, March, April to make that contribution, you've missed out on, potential gains, and those gains can add up over time.
Well, and then in the past we did talk about different investors in terms of when they may enter the market, and so then that's important because what do we want people to do? We want you to feed and fuel those retirement accounts because again, a lot of our clients are retired, and so their job is to feed, and then their money's job is to grow, right? And so the question is which one do you do? Now, there's also different things too in terms of contributions. You already talked about that, and also Roth conversions, right? Different timeline instead of a tax deadline.
Conversions are calendar year. So to convert from an IRA to a Roth, it has to happen between January 1st and December 31st, compared to the contributions we just talked about up until the tax filing deadline.